It's always a great day when you receive a package from UPS at your front door, especially a SimGar system. Hi, I'm Chris Cantolino, and today we're going to talk about how to assemble your SimGar system. Alright, so the first thing we're going to do is pull out the mobility base and the hardware, which the box looks like this, which contains the wheels and the bolts and nuts. So we're going to take the bolts out, and we're going to take the first wheel out. So I currently have it upside down, and it's easier that way to assemble. And you're simply going to slide the bolt in through the hole, and just get it to lock in like so. Put your nut on. Hand tighten, and then repeat. All right, so they're all hand tight. If you notice on the bottom side, this is the same cutout as the nut head, so it's easier if you lay this on the table and then push the bolt through, and then it just, whoops, wrong hole. Okay, some people have that problem. I do. And then you put it down on the table, and then that way it won't turn. So that was the reason for having this upside down. The next thing you want to make sure is that after you push the bolt through, that you then apply the lock washer and then the nut. So they're hand tight now, and what I would like to do is tighten it up. So the proper size is a 13 millimeter or a 9/16 wrench. You can use a socket too, and put a few pounds of tension on it. And that is it. And repeat for the other 3 wheels, and you'll have yourself a nice mobility kit. So this is what the mobility kit looks like assembled. Essentially, no secret, it's a dolly. One last thing you need to do is we have these straps here, which are not needed now after you've assembled the wheels. These straps are holding the metal supports underneath them. And you just simply remove the straps just so you're out of your way and throw them away. All right, so got a couple boxes in front of us. It was inside the big box. Charcoal, we have some hoses, we have a pump, and we have a filter box. So first thing we're going to do is take the top off on the filter box, and it turns in a circular motion. I want you to notice one of the key important things is on the bottom side it says pump. And another way to know is that the larger holes are here and the smaller holes here. This is in case you drop the box in with a full tank of water so that any air will escape out the top, and we want the larger holes where the filter is so the water moves from this side to that side. All right, so the next thing we're going to do is open up these rocks. These rocks are used for a couple of different things, primarily to hold the pump down so it doesn't float up. Second, we're going to add our charcoal where the rocks go in the center. And then last, we're going to add the pump, like so. So one of the things I forgot to do was hook the hose up. So we need to hook the hose. It's a tight fit, so if you come around from the side, like so, and just kind of work it around, that'll work. Don't recommend using any oil to help slide it on, but a little bit of water will make it slide a lot easier. That way it won't slide off. First thing you want to do is place the wire right here, then place the hose, like so, and now you're ready to put the lid on. Okay, again, reminding you that the hole goes on the filter side, the little holes do not. You push down and you apply a little bit of force and you'll hear it click into place. There's the click. All right, so now the filter box is ready. You have the pump in place and you're ready to go to your next step. All right, this is the inside of the tank, nothing special. But I do want you to see the arrows on the inside because that's going to help you to determine how you're going to put the lid on. It's not real difficult. So before we put the lid on, it's going to be easier right now to take this pre-assembled pump and to place it inside. And now as you see in the cutaway here, you just simply place it in the indent, and that's where the pump goes from now on. It goes there for the rest of its life. These two hoses, later on, we're going to push them through the lid. So let's get the lid. Here's the lid. If you notice, the arrows are facing in the same direction. And voila, it actually fits. All right, so some of these systems may or may not have these studs here. So if you don't have one, I'm just going to quickly show you. They're not real hard. They're studs that you can screw in from the bottom side, and then you place this on the top for the lid. And when using it, you can simply slide it in like that. So you always leave one nut on and just use the other one like so. So let's get back to assembly. All right, so next what we need to do is figure out where the hoses that we just talked about are going to come through for the pot, and then we're going to also place the solar pole for the solar panel. So simply what I'm doing here is there's a hole here and a hole here, and coming off this nice little T, you'll see two hoses. So from the underside, I'm going to slide the hoses through like so. And then on the other side, the other one. Not very hard. And just pull a little excess out. Later on, when we put the pots in, we won't need that much. All right, so next we have this lovely black PVC pipe that we've cut some holes and pieces on it. So you want to look, well, one with just a single slit. As you see here, it's actually the top. And then this is the side that goes into the bottom. It has all these funny ridges. All right, so positioning the pipe, we'll get to in a minute. First thing we need to do is reach inside. And I always forget to do this, and I have to redo it. So I think I ought to point this out, because you'll probably do the same thing. That this guy needs to go through here first. And just string it through. All right, so after I pull the wire through, you want to take the wire and just run your handle on it and remove some of the kinks from shipping. It was folded up for quite a while, and we just need to get it nice and straight. It's going to make it a lot easier to put inside the pipe. All right, so now we're going to grab the pipe. We're going to look for the bottom, which is the one with all the notches. And we're going to simply place it in, like so. And sometimes if you give it a little turn as you push, it'll go in a little easier. And that's it. Okay, so the next thing is we have the wire extended through the pipe, and we're going to go ahead and pull the wire. There's a little slit here, and what this slit does is just hold the wire in place. And we're going to place the pipe inside, and we want to see the slit facing me. So right now I'm looking at the slit, and then I feel it lock in right there. And I have enough wire right now. It's about my hand. And that's enough. And you just pull it down so you can see. I'll turn it around so you can see it. And then that way when you put the panel in, it'll just go right up into the panel. And when you lock it in, you'll feel it kind of lock. And that's it. We're ready to go to the next step. All right, we're almost done. So the next thing we have to do is there's a bag with a couple of these in it. These are elbow connectors for the hose. And we're going to just push them in. And you just got to give them a little bit of a shove. And again, if you moist the ends with a little bit of water, it's a little easier, and just get it past the barb. And then do the same to the other side. And now you can push the hose down a little bit. So positioning the pot, the pots also have arrows on the box on the inside, and here you can see the arrows here, and you can also see the arrows on the lid. These arrows are so that you always know what direction to place this, and you can always tell if you placed it right. You'll feel it click into place like so, and you should see the hole inside match up with the hole on the lid. And the next thing you have to do is just plug the hose in like so you can see how that goes in nicely. Yep. And then plug the other one in, and you can see how that goes in nicely. And then we have these inserts. The guys at the factory where we make them up in North Florida call them the dog bones. They kind of look like a dog bone. They can go either way. You just place them inside, and then as you can see here, they just fit right in there. And the same thing with the other side. And now you're ready. You have both pots. There, that one's locked in. They're both locked in. They're not going anywhere. And we're ready for the solar panel. All right, so the next thing, this is the last thing. It's the best part of the solar panel. So we're going to install the mount. That's this cool little part. It has a little groove here. You're going to match up with the groove on the PVC. Give it a little bit of pressure. It's locked in now. Then we're going to look at the panel, figure it out. Well, you got a big and a little. Well, obviously the big goes with the big. Slide it on top of that ball, and then simply screw this in. It takes a lot of threading, but you don't have to worry about it falling off. Once it becomes tight, that ball is an adjustable swivel, and now you can swivel it back and forth and add a little bit of tension when you get in the right position. This plug has an O-ring. That's to make it weatherproof and last a long time. So when you screw this all the way in, it's watertight and the rain won't affect it. And now you're ready to go grow. Enjoy your SimGar. I'm Chris Cantolino, and have a great day.